All right, peace and blessings, everybody. It's Sunday, November the 19th, the year 2017. My wife and I have been together and out of the country for the past week, and we do not announce that we're going to be gone in order to give our enemies advance notice that our home is going to be empty. So we just go, and we have just got back, and everything is good, but I do have a tremendous amount of action items, prisoner emails, prisoner letters, and just all kinds of other action items, as you can imagine, being gone for a week, and we just got back tonight. So in any event, I wanted to read in support of Schaeffer Cox number 24, written today on November the 19th, from Ray Southwell. This PDF file has been uploaded to the Schaeffer Cox page on yearofjubilee.com, so if you don't want to hear me read it, just go to yearofjubilee.com, go to Schaeffer Cox number 1 page, and scroll down until you get to number 24 by Ray Southwell. So let's get started. In support of Schaeffer Cox number 24, November the 19th, the year 2017. Department of Justice Attorney Stephen E. Scrocky jumbles all the information concerning Schaeffer Cox into one grand conspiracy. He encouraged the media to report on everything Schaeffer said to convince a jury outside Schaeffer's community to believe anything Scrocky said. It worked, and Schaeffer was convicted. As far as I can tell, there are 2 alleged conspiracies dealing with Schaeffer. Did the jury understand? Did the jury understand the need to have a specific time for the conspiracy to take place? According to Stephen E. Scrocky, there were 3 conspirators working with Schaeffer. They were Lonnie Vernon, Michael Anderson, and Coleman Barney. Only Schaeffer and Vernon were convicted of a conspiracy. Coleman Barney was acquitted of conspiracy, and Michael Anderson was given immunity for his testimony. According to Schaeffer's attorney, Michael Filipovic, Anderson testified under immunity that they had discussed using the database to help identify who was carrying out the mass arrest and mass purges, and only then did they contemplate killing those individuals before they could come for us. For over 20 years, I have warned militia members on how things work. Individual gun owners have the right of free speech. You can be a loudmouth and say much of anything. It is changing in our nation today. However, the militia is considered a terrorist group and has been presented by the media as such. And with organizations like the Southern Poverty Law Center, the idea is promoted among law enforcement. The truth does not matter, for the blind public believe what they read about the militia. Once you join a militia, you must restrain your free speech. During my many encounters with militia members, there was always somebody wanting to discuss the what-if scenarios. I stop it in its tracks. Bill Fulton attended a meeting we had here on the Kenai Peninsula in Alaska. He attempted that type of talk. As a leader, I objected and shut it down. I did warn Schaeffer and Les Zerbe of having those discussions. Schaeffer was convicted for talking about the what-if scenarios, a thought crime. It was important for the government to shut down the militia movement. It worked. For if they can convict Schaeffer Cox of a thought crime, we, who establish unregulated militias, are at risk of the same. There is nothing new with our multiple governmental levels. Just look to our national history. When the solicitation charge was vacated, the appellate court also vacated the conspiracy with Vernon. As they stated, no rational trier of fact could conclude that the circumstances surrounding the formation of the security team for the television station event strongly confirmed that the defendant actually intended for anyone to commit first-degree murder. The defensive mechanism developed by the security team did not meet the definition of conspiracy to commit murder. But what about the conspiracy with Michael Anderson? He was a successful businessman in Fairbanks. As I understand it, Schaeffer has no ill will towards him, as he does with others involved in his case. When was the day and time Schaeffer and Anderson going to carry out this conspiracy? At some future date, if and when? Many believe Schaeffer had no thought of violence. Most people I know support the violence of self-defense. And at some point, many will also support the violent overthrow of a tyrannical government. Or, as has happened in the past, politicians will once again fear the people and shift towards freedom and liberty. Are we there yet? Tyranny is far and wide in our nation. Schaeffer and others have felt the brunt of this tyranny, the tyranny of the majority. For that is what a democracy is all about. The majority rule over the minority. That is why the founders created a constitutional republic with our Bill of Rights, individual rights, regardless what the majority feel. But we the people are fat and happy, money in our pocket, all is well, at least for a time. Will Schaeffer go free? Only through a miracle. For the people and the courts support our democracy, and to hell with individual liberty and freedom. Usually there's a Ray Southwell signature. This was cut and pasted and sent to me, so I can only assume that the Ray Southwell signature or the signing of that was not included. But we praise God for men, brave men like Ray Southwell, who support the Second Amendment, who support militias, who support freedom and liberty. And we'll continue to advocate for Schaeffer Cox. The last line of peaceful defense between a tyrannical government and the defendant is jury nullification.